Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit all the abilities, we're going to play the YouTube clip, talk about it, etc., and then I'll come down to the skin. Let's see if there's an Easter egg. That looks like she's making fun of Jinx, doesn't it? I don't know. Pac-Man eating pizza. Who's that? I wonder if that's someone. Maybe it is and I just don't know. 87? What the hell is this? Are they going full fucking Stranger Things on us? Is she number 87? Holy shit. You thought 11 was strong. Alright everyone, this is going to be the Zoe First Impressions review. I don't know too much about her. We're going to jump right into it. Zoe, the aspect of Twilight. So I wonder if this means that she's going to fall into like the God category along with Aurelion Soul, Kindred, Bard, and then is there someone else that's a God category? I don't actually know. But anyways, let's just get right into her abilities. Passive, More Sparkles. Alright, after casting a spell, Zoe's next basic attack deals bonus magic damage. So her Lichbane is her passive. That's 300 damage? Whoa. Was that 300 damage on an auto attack? I mean, I suppose we don't know exactly what items she has. Is that 400? I mean, I'm just going off the little lines on the bars. Okay, Paddle Star. Zoe fires a star that deals magic damage in a small area and applies her passive. She can recast Q mid-flight to redirect the star to a new position near her. So this is actually how I thought that her ability was going to be. It was going to be like a pseudo Victor Rumble type laser thing. She can recast Q midair to redirect the star to a new position. I absolutely love an ability like this. I think there's really high skill level, or there's a really high skill ceiling involved. I think it gives players a lot of ability to be creative. We just start a new position near her. The star's damage increased based on the distance it has traveled, so even more, or even better. So okay, it hits. That looks like a lot of damage as well. I thought it was mid-flight she can redirect it. That thing landed. She's like a ballista. She's like, she's coming over here, she's loading up the ballista, and then she's gonna like slingshot it. I mean, we just got done seeing Blizzard's World of Warcraft cinematic with the ballista. But like, what is that? Oh my god. What was the last champion that Riot released? I'm trying to think about it. Hold on. What was it? Well, they released Ornn. So that walking pile of an abomination, you know, they had to do something good. They had to recover, you know. I love the champion. I love how it looks already. I think that I think she's fantastic. I mean, she can be a super Powerpuff Girl. I can't tell if this is gonna be a jungler or a mid laner. Maybe it's a support. It doesn't say that this slows though, so that doesn't really come in line with a support type ability, but I don't know. Spell Thief. Okay, what is this? Enemy summoner spells and active items cause a drop. Item casts drop spell shards on the ground for an extended period of time. Some minions can also drop a spell shard when killed by Zoe. Collecting a spell shard grants one cast of that spell or active item. When casting any summoner spell, Zoe briefly gains bonus movement speed and tosses missiles at the nearest enemy, prioritizing her nearby enemies. Each missile can trigger her passive. The fact that active item casts drop spell shards, the fact that this demon child can actually get Zanya's for free? So, how does she store them and use them? You know, can she store multiple spells at once? Or does she have to cast them on pickup? Because it would be really gross if she can store, like, a ghost plus a flash. Does this mean she can smite without having smite? Because this is huge for, like, this ties into, you recast W apparently, but this is huge for smite fights. This is also, like, and one of the reasons that I say that it's big for smite fights is because if, let's say that Zoe's contesting Baron and she's a jungler, she can actually smite early for HP, and then if the enemy jungler is forced to smite, she can just steal his smite. Although I assume that other summoner spells would be going off during this time, but that's really gross. Although it does seem like she can actually choose what spell she's gonna get by walking over it. Okay, that's a completely busted ability. I can't imagine how this is fair. She's able to cast multiple Solaris for her team. She's able to cast Redemptions for her team. She's just able to do so much. And when you think about her ability to steal from the opponent, I feel like it's really, really gross. It makes it very difficult to prepare for how you're going to coordinate a team fight against her. That's very scary. Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Zoe throws a ball that detonates on the first target hit, dealing magic damage and marking the struck enemy drowsy. After a couple of seconds, drowsy enemies will briefly fall asleep and take extra damage from the next attack or spell. Whenever an enemy falls asleep, the ability's cooldown is reduced. If the bubble hits nothing, it lingers on the ground as a trap. If cast over a wall, it gains casting rate. There's no counterplay. I mean, there's counterplay. It's called dodge it. But, like, she can, depending on whatever the cooldown is on this, she can zone areas in a very gross manner. Like, this is worse than a Victor Gravity Field. This is worse than a Cassiopeia Miasma. This is so much worse than so many other spells in the game. This is so disgusting. I love it. So no matter what, they fall asleep. What is the counterplay to that? Now, what exactly is sleep? That's gonna be a new form of CC, right? Sona causes you to dance, but I believe this is the first time a champion causes you to sleep. So I wonder what that's gonna fall under in terms of a like a category for CC. QSS is obviously gonna work. I guess you can probably Zanya's before the effect goes off. The fact that it lingers on the ground is disgusting. We don't actually get to see it cast over a wall, but this is just really obnoxious. This further ties in with her being a jungler. With her Q, her W being able to steal summoners makes it very difficult to flash away from her. A very, very gross ability indeed, especially if she ganks top lane or bottom lane. She's going to have a lot of options available to her. So, I mean, I really like her kit right now as a jungler. I like how it's also looking as a mid laner. Obviously, as a mid laner, she's going to have to get a little bit cute with it, and it depends on exactly what are her ratios. Is she squishy? Doesn't look like she's that squishy. I guess that's 1,000 HP, so she has 2,100 HP at level 18, but what exactly are her items? I hope that's not 2,100 base HP, because that would be really, really, really gross. Although, we can see here that Leona only has 2,000. I'm going to look up Leona's base HP right here. So Leona's base HP is 2,055. I think that means that her base HP is actually 2,100. Now, let me try to put this into perspective for what that means. Okay, Victor has 1850. What does Syndra have? Syndra has 1837. Okay, so Syndra 1837, Victor 1850. What about Talia? Where does Talia stand with this? 1795. She can't actually be considered a mage. What about Oriana? Oriana 1861. LeBlanc 1876. This would be the highest base HP on a mage I think that exists. I mean, I may be wrong on this. I obviously don't know the HP of all the mages. Let me check out Malzahar really quick. Malzahar 1800. Okay, what about Swain? Swain 2046. She would have more HP than a Swain. What about Anivia? We can check Anivia really quick. Anivia has 1658. So what ends up happening if she builds Rod of Ages? What happens if she has Rod of or Hextech GLP or something, right? Depending on whatever her itemization is. What happens if she gets a Banshee's Veil to add on top of that? What happens if her base ratios for some reason deal percentage max HP or something and she's able to just build tank? Because now we're not just talking about Rod of Ages and Banshee's Veil, we're talking about defensive itemization coming out inside of Mercury Treads and Spirit Visage or Adaptive Helm and all this other types of stuff. And, I guess I don't know what her ratios are. I'm actually going to try to see if she's on the official League wiki site yet. It doesn't seem like it is, but it does say that it's... Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Everything just says not available. Everything says not available at this current time, so I don't actually know exactly what she's going to be at, but yeah, I mean, this just seems really, really gross. So, I mean, I'm excited for it. Portal jump. Alright, so this is her R. Briefly teleport to a targeted position, then teleport back. During the teleport, you can use abilities and attack normally and see over walls. However, you won't be able to move. Okay, so this sort of so basically it's LeBlanc's W, but you're locked in place, which I think is completely fine. So it's a positional type thing. Now, when you factor this in with her Q, when you factor it in with her E here, etc., when you factor it in with her W, you know, being able to R to a location to get a summoner spell cast, etc., super, super beautiful champion kit. Absolutely bonkers. I feel like this is a champion that I've been waiting for a while. I've been waiting for a kit like this to come out. It's been a while since we got a legitimate high skill champion, especially a mage. I love it. I think that the mid meta being like Talia, Orianna, etc. I think that having her around to come in to spice things up will be really good. But then again, I don't know. Will she in fact be a mid laner, or is she going to be a jungler? I don't know exactly what our clear timer is. After a couple seconds, enemies will briefly fall asleep. Detonates on the first target hit. Whenever an enemy falls asleep, if bubble hits nothing, it lingers on the ground as a trap if cast or... So, if it lingers on the ground and then you pull jungle camps into it, do they all fall asleep? You know, obviously Spell Thief doesn't work very well versus jungle camps, but I assume that her passive, More Sparkles, is really good against it. And then Paddle Star fires a star that deals magic damage in a small area. I mean, this is an AoE, so... I don't know. Oh, apparently Twitch chat is telling me that all base HPs have been increased coming into Season 8, so we'll take a look at what that ends up meaning. But I haven't actually hit the patch 7.22 rundown yet, so that's pretty much it for her abilities. I think it's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to the champion. So let's just go back down really briefly. I guess we can take a look at the playing as Zoe. Hits her with the drowsy. Wow, okay. I mean, that just looks obnoxious to play against. I love it so much. I also like how she's being portrayed as a mid laner in the clip. Wow. So that definitely would suggest that cleanse is going to be necessary against her in mid lane. Zoe Elise is probably going to cause players to have a heart attack. Faker's going to have a lot of fun. Look, he's really mad after the Season 7 World Championship. He's going to have a lot of fun with this champion. I can see him going absolutely berserk on something like this. Gives a lot of room to the player. Alright, so now we come down to the skins. Generic skin, yeah, definitely looks like a Disney character. Second skin, I can't really tell what exactly is going on. I don't know who this is in the background. I can't tell if this is like a reference to Jinx, because it kind of does look like a Jinx. Like she's calling like Jinx a clown or something, which, I mean, I'm not surprised. Jinx sort of is a clown. Nothing really too interesting going on in the background. Looks like a cheeseburger. It's making me hungry. Looks like an actual human right here. And I just have to point out that this says 87, so if you watched Stranger Things and thought 11 was strong, well, I guess this is the next big bitch. And, yeah. So that's it for the Zoe reveal. And I'm really excited to see whenever she becomes playable. I want to see what people do with her.